One of our traders made 30 and 50% on some pretty amazing trades a few days ago. Check us out. Patreon link below. We got to look at the commercial real estate markets because if you're one of the guys who want to play a short play on the banks, now is the perfect time because the commercial real estate market is taking a beating. Almost 400 banks could be in big trouble. Guys, if you didn't know that America has 4,000 banks, you're in for a big surprise because there's a lot of banks in the US with a lot of consumer money, and the FDIC cannot have more than like a few dozen banks going bankrupt because they're already running kind of low in cash after that SVB situation. Banks are doing a lot of shenanigans right now. They're loaning out a bunch of bad commercial loans, hoping for a quick short profit. And small banks are doing this in like a very unrestricted way. It's very worrisome because there's barely any checks and balances in this. With 400 banks already having huge amounts of commercial office loans in their books, it's stressing everyone out. Because with the new hybrid work model, it has hit the commercial real estate market super hard. Demand for office space keeps plummeting and vacancy rates reach about 20% in the third quarter. CRE prices are falling by 20%. This is humongous. I know 2008 was pretty bad for commercial real estate, but at least companies needed space. Online work wasn't really a thing back then. But now, online work is here to stay. In fact, most companies prefer this, like Charles Schwab already closing down several offices, skyscrapers, and laying off employees to save $500 million. Already showing other companies that if you want to save cash, close down your offices. And this is what's happening. Bad office loans mount at Bank of America, Wells Fargo. These guys are freaking out. These are major lenders. And Wells Fargo especially already sold some big buildings in San Francisco for 70% off. Writes off a lot more of the commercial property loans. Remote work is staying, higher interest rates, U.S. offices values are plummeting. And people even compare a lot of these junk properties to investments that are worse than cryptocurrencies. At least some crypto goes up. Commercial office space will never go up. Bad office loans, they're mounting. Even the big boys right now are feeling the heat. I never would have guessed that BFA and Wells Fargo will be experiencing stress for commercial real estate. I've always really thought it was mostly like a small bank thing, but even the big banks are playing this game. They want to loan out this money to make money on interest, but at the same time, when they can't pay it back, well, you're going to be getting a building that will get you no tenants, and you'll just be paying a bunch of property tax and HOA fees. And check this out. Banks reportedly face $160 billion in losses. This is humongous. In fact, there's already reports saying that 10 to 20% of the commercial real estate loans have a default rate. That's humongous. That's like 1 out of 5 buildings you see on the street that's office or commercial estate, it's going to default pretty soon. And if you look around what's going on, the ones that don't get defaulted and get sold off, we're looking at 50% off. Better than Black Friday or any sort of Christmas deal you've ever gotten. The 20-story building in San Francisco is listing for $80 million with not a single buyer coming in, despite 50% off. $80 million. I think you may have to list this for like 30 or 35 million for anyone to buy this. It's a 20-story building too. 33 Montgomery Street. If you ever seen this building, it's actually pretty nice. It's pre-war, super downtown location. It's pretty nice, right across from Luxury Palace Hotel, and also you're near like Market Street. So you have like the accessibility to like the water, the Salesforce building, and other locations and offices around the area. And it's selling for 50% off, which still couldn't find a buyer. At this point, some buildings are even considering giving them away themselves for free because the HOA property tax and everything is just so incredibly high. They don't want these buildings. These buildings are worse than yachts. These are huge money pits. Okay, a lot of these buildings with like 30, 40, 50% occupancy rates are still losing humongous amounts of money. And these banks who went crazy during the pandemic, just throwing out loans everywhere, like you get a loan, you get a loan, you get a loan for commercial office space, now are pretty much taking a big beating. It's truly frightening, guys. Especially the FDIC just doesn't even have that much money. And also, it's not just commercial real estate that's stressing out the banks, but we consumers are buying a bunch of things we don't really need. You know, consumer credit card debt is at $1.08 trillion. it's all about that buy now, pay later. And developers are still making commercial real estate. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below. Check out the Patreon link below, 7-day free trial. And check out the private Discord server for some really amazing trades. See you guys later.